What's up, heroes? You might be wondering why I'm outside walking in the dark. It's actually 4 in the morning right now. I'm walking to work. And this is the time I get the most clarity. And I wanted to show you a process or a way to help you get greater clarity as you're on your journey, as you're defining your big vision, as you're trying to come up with your plan for your life. Oftentimes people will think, you know, I just don't know what the next step is. I just don't know what the next 3, 5, 10 years is going to look like for me. It's just so much uncertainty. I don't know how to create this vision. And I always tell people that, you know, answers don't really come from within you. They come from some source outside of you. And it's hard to describe it, but people put so much pressure on themselves that I gotta think up this thing. I gotta try to come up with this solution. I gotta figure this thing out on my own. And I don't believe you figure anything out on your own. Now, there are some geniuses out there that can sit down and, you know, in an hour and come up with mathematical equations on their own. That's fine. But for the normal people, for us out there, I think you have to solicit help. For anything that you're deliberating, any question that you're pondering, don't try to come up with your own. So here's the process that I do. I seek and I listen. I seek answers by listening. And this is my personal preference, but I like to go for long walks. And here's why. Walks are very meditative. I call them meditation walks. And meditation, like, don't be alarmed by the word meditation. All meditation is just time, isolated time for you to process thoughts and receive new inspirations, receive new ideas, receive, you know, visions. And that's all meditation is. It's isolated time where you can process thoughts. Now, when you think of it that way, you don't have to be sitting in a chair or sitting on a pillow listening to music, sipping kombucha to meditate. You can meditate in any instance where you're just isolated, where you intentionally set yourself apart for you to listen. And so I'd use long walks. Walks can be meditative. Long drives can be meditative. As long as you're not listening to music or doing anything that's going to distract you, anything where you intentionally set yourself apart for you to just have time with yourself, your own thoughts, where you can actually receive some inspirations, receive a download. And so I tell you, every time I go for a walk, I do it every morning. I walk to work. For me, that's about a 45-minute walk. And every single day, it's like the light of my day. It's the highlight of my day. I get new inspirations. I get new visions. I get new dreams downloaded. I get new ideas and business ideas. And like the other day, for about a week now, I've been in discussions with investors on my business. And it's, you know, I don't like this part of the game. You know, you're negotiating, and it's, you know, everyone's got their own positions, and, you know, it's just a game. And it's just been stressing me out, and I've been, resisting it. I've been avoiding having these tough conversations, even though it's what I need. It's where the growth is going to come from. But I've been avoiding it. I've been procrastinating. I've been needing to call my investor for the last week and a half, and I've just been resisting it. And the other day I was on my walk, and I wasn't even thinking about this particular thing. I was thinking about something else. But about 25 minutes into my walk, something hit me. It was like a bolt of lightning. It says, say this to your investor. And it was the exact download of how we need to structure our agreement. What I've been resisting was thinking about how to structure this agreement. I don't know if you've ever had things that you just didn't even want to think about. And so I just didn't even, this thing was so heavy, I just didn't even want to think about it. So I'd be sitting there and like, oh, I'll think about that tomorrow. I don't even want to think about that right now. And so I had been resisting this, and all of a sudden, I said, here's the thing that you've been looking for. Here's the thing that you've been avoiding. Here it is. Here's the structure I want you to talk to your investor about. And then it was like, okay, how am I going to do that? Now I got to meet with him, and I don't feel like meeting with him. And then I got another inspiration, like, no, call Chris. Chris is one of my lawyers. Call Chris and have Chris draft up an email for you. And then you take that email and you just send it to him for him to review. And within a split second, I had crystal clarity on what I needed to do. Crystal clear. I went right into the office, crafted up this email to Chris, sent it over to him. Chris sent me back a draft of an email to send to my investor, and by 8 a.m. By 9 a.m. I had a response from my investor. Said, looks good. Let's meet and talk this over. I think we're close. Here's this thing that I had been resisting for a week and a half, and within a split second I had the solution, because I gave myself time and space to process and receive inspiration. And that came from, like I said, going for walks, doing something where at least for 60 minutes a day, you're isolated in silence. So I like to use that time for walking. You can, if you have a long commute time, maybe that's a long drive for you. Whatever it is, if you can isolate yourself in silence and you give yourself space to receive downloads from an outside source, that's where your clarity will come from. Stop trying to figure this out on your own. Like, get help. And the way I like to get help is I just listen. I listen to that voice. I listen to my gut. I listen to that little birdie. I listen to the Holy Spirit. That comes from giving yourself space every day. 30 to 60 minute time, whether you're walking, whether that's something where you're uninterrupted, you're not listening to music, it's just you processing thoughts and receiving a download of new inspirations. I guarantee that's where you'll get your clarity. See you guys.